Did they say who of them? I'm still seeing 3 tanks in my unit frames. Is that correct?
It is correct. I've been asking them. Whoever got get DPS should switch, I guess.
Wait, what? Ah, best. Okay. My guess is you, but I don't know.
It may well be true that I'm the best rep paladin in this group, but I suspect I'm also the best prop paladin in this group.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I also feel like having a bad tank is so annoying.
Alright, well, let's try it. What's the worst that could happen? My entire UI could be completely fucked.
Have you done any ret paladining
No,
this season?
I have not.
All right.
Panicked pass over my talents. Oh god, I sure don't want execution sentence. That sounds awful.
I really need cursor trail back. I wonder if it's too soon to try it.
Damage done overall. Looks like I'm the best rep paladin in the raid. I'm the only rep paladin in the raid.
Despite there being 4 paladins in the raid.
Feast. Flask.
I'm all out of flasks. Used my last one in that key earlier.
Alright, what do I need to know about Shriekwing?
Stand behind him. He's going to turn around and blind swipe behind him, so dodge when he does that. And when you see little white circles on the floor, he like spits them out. He'll pick a random person in the raid to point them towards, but don't touch those.
Okay.
If you do,
Dodge the bad.
yeah, if you do touch them, he's gonna like smack down on you and hit you and everybody around you and put blood on the floor. And DBM will tell you to line of sight sometimes, and definitely do that when it says.
Oh, I wonder if my respec bar will finish before this pull. Huh? There we go.
They're tanking him in the wrong spot.
It's fine. Tell me what I need to do about that.
Stand behind him, but be ready to run really far to get behind those pillars when we need to line of sight. Oh yeah, if you get a red arrow on your head, take it out of melee. Like out to the walls, ideally.
I like the soak. That sounds like an out of line of sight thing.
Yep. GBM didn't tell me about it though.
Straight back in?
Yep.
There's blood under the boss. What do we do about that?
Try not to stand in it.
Fun.
Yeah. There'll be a section where he jumps into the center and becomes undamageable, but the red circle around him will one-shot you. So when you see a red circle around the boss after he jumps into the center, don't go near him.
Don't follow.
Yeah. Oh shit. I'm really struggling with this whole no
Alright,
DBM thing.
he's gone into the center. I assume that means we do not murder ourselves now.
Yes. No self-murder.
Can we go back in yet?
And also,
No.
no, and avoid those little white dots.
My vision of the target is obscured.
And he'll still be doing ear splitting streaks, so make sure you can line of sight for those.
Okay. Alright. Avoid everything, stay out of line of sight.
When possible.
Looks like we go back in. I'm going back in.
Yep. Yes, correct. Man, Tubbins and Gubbins always spawn when I'm running towards a boss.
Do they give you uncontrollable burst throughput as a healer?
Yeah. Well, they give me a bunch of int, I think. Or possibly it's mastery.
Oh, where's the spark? Oh, over there. Fuck.
Oh my god, they are spinning the dragon. Or maybe it's the dragon spinning himself. It's okay, he's
I
almost
missed
dead.
the spark and I feel bad about that.
Aw. It's a good thing that cast bar is so long. Now, why is DBM not doing DBM things? And why item is still being rolled for? Oh, fuck. I don't like this. I strongly don't like this. This is terrible. How do I roll?
There should be a loot window.
Yeah, I see items. Oh, I see. In the center bottom. Okay, Skulker's Wing. Okay, I don't actually want any of these. I have a very strong feeling that I am going to get no loot this season, and I'm going to be grumpy about it all season.
Well, you get dinars at least, right?
Will there be dinars in Dragonflight?
Oh, and Dragonflight? No, probably not. Sorry, what season are you talking about that you're not going to get any loot during?
The one where this new loot rolling thing is going to be a thing.
No. Well, maybe. Probably not, though. I am still at 12 of 30 on my first dinar.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to get the mount?
Not particularly. I'm just feel like I should do things. And there's that Ret Paladin snap aggro.
Luckily, you have Bop.
Just Divine Shield. We always kill the beastie, right? If there's a beastie up, we kill it.
Not exactly. The beasties share health with the boss, so if you just want to stand still,
Oh, and just cleave
you
them.
can just stay on the boss. Yeah, the exception to that is that they're going to be,
There's like ads that we have to murder for sure.
yeah, ads must be CC'd and murdered. The marks are probably to explain who's going to CC which ads.
I mean, just any crowd control effect makes them take tons of bonus damage, right? It's like stuns work.
Yep, stuns are good. I wonder when I use Ashen Hallow on this fight. Go, go, go!
I mean, anytime you can guarantee 2 targets in it seems great.
So that's probably
Like
phase one.
if you have to wait for an entire cooldown in order to get 2 targets instead of 1, then it's just great. I guess you also want it as a healing cooldown.
Yeah. And like phase one, like off the rip, isn't when we're gonna need healing.
Yeah.
Do you think Ashen Hallow is better if you use it with Bloodlust?
Yes.
It like ticks faster,
Yes.
but for the same amount of time, so just more ticks.
Yeah. Same way that like you're supposed to stack it with Avenging Wrath. Like if you want maximum throughput, you stack everything. But then like you probably overheal everything at that point.
And then you run out of stuff for like the phase where people are dying.
Yeah. Yeah, we got aggro already. Exciting times. We kill the emitters, right?
It's best to interrupt them 3 times before killing them. The more times you interrupt them up to 3, the bigger buff you get.
Hmm. Well, that didn't happen. Where do I take this?
Just don't move. Stand still so that people can dodge.
Alright.
It's not good that these are being tanked together. There's no way we're going to be able to heal the Ripped Souls.
They've moved. Switched the beastie, right? Oh, they brought him back in. Switched the shade for sure.
Yeah.
Somebody has, It's not taking very much damage. Oh, it's dying so slowly. Really?
Probably nobody is killing it. I don't have any more CC for it, I don't think.
So this is probably a good time for Ashen, while the raid's ignoring the
It's down.
priority target. Because like the penalty here is just crazy stacking raid damage, right? Wow, it got no damage until the tank moved Barghast over and stayed on top of it. Laying hands on the Ripped Soul is useful, right? I just did that.
Yeah, yes, thank you. I was busy and didn't see it and should have. I'm really gonna have to get DBM back before raid tonight.
Well, now you know.
I guess that's what I should have been doing. While everybody was like, go, go, go! If you have a brown circle, take it out as soon as possible. It slows you the longer you have it.
What happens if the emitter finishes a cast?
Big dot. Recoverable at this level.
Alright, well, it's gotten its 3 interrupts, so I hope that did something good for us.
Yeah, it's a pretty big buff.
I don't like the part where I don't know whether I got loot until much later.
Hmm.
But we must reach those anima stores.
Sure is a lot of shit on the ground in here.
Yeah, I'm trying to only cleanse people who get a lot of stacks.
It's so weird having my own position in the raid frames be like pretty close to the bottom.
Yeah, I struggle with that when I'm not a healer. I like don't notice when I'm dying. It's pretty bad. All right, blue circles. People in who they're stuck to. God, I can't fucking find my cursor. There's way too many visual effects that look exactly like a cursor. God. So these blue swirly circles, you see them, the cloudy ones?
Mm-hmm.
The person in it can't be healed except by stealing health from friends who stand in the circle to save them.
Okay.
But standing in the circle, well, that might not happen on normal. On some difficulties, possibly normal. Standing in the circle gives you stacks of a thing that hurts eventually. So sometimes you want to go out of the circles to drop stacks. So is the raid leader deciding who wins the roles, or is the game deciding who wins the roles?
The game is.
Okay, that's good.
In a lot of ways, it ends up being functionally equivalent to what was happening all along, but
Except now loot doesn't accidentally not get traded when it should.
sort of. Why would we want to reset this boss?
People always like to reset. This one I think you can reset without too much trouble, at least.
But why? Like to what
Yeah.
end? What does this do for us?
It gets you back 3-minute cooldowns. Somebody used their Ashen Hallow out there on the trash. I saw it.
Huh. That's a really weird emergent quote gameplay. I have another technique for getting everybody's 3-minute cooldown back.
Don't use them? Or wait 3 minutes?
Bio break. Engaging gameplay.
Alright, downloads DBM 10.0. I should probably just get the newest one. It's probably better today than it was yesterday. If DBM was disabled and I drag it in, do we think it's safe to enable it without logging out?
I don't know. Probably, but I don't know.
I'm gonna find out.
Pulling in 8 seconds.
How do you know that?
There's a countdown.
Why can't I see it? Oh, because I don't have DBM. I was gonna be all annoyed that they were being chaotic.
Seems like there's no penalty for just everybody dogpiling with these.
No, you absolutely want to dogpile. There are blue arrows. If you get one of those on your head, take it out to the side. If you take it through the raid, it does massive damage to everybody. Alright, these we spread out. Don't be in other people's circles. Your circle gets bigger if you're at low health. This is lovely. I know exactly where to point my Light of Dawn. It's a funny place for a carrying weapony thing.
Are there ads at any point?
No ads. There will be a phase where he tries to suck us in. My health is getting very low. Okay.
So I shouldn't be saving Divine Toll for like waiting for ads.
Yeah, no need. Those barriers are very high priority.
Presumably not while we're running out though.
Yeah, somebody shouldn't have cleansed it off of the boss when they did. If you can find the green guy and stand with him, he's... there we go, he's good now.
Do you want me to battle res anyone?
I think we're fine.
Oh, I can't because it's on cooldown. Oh, fuck my life. Mega Macro has decided that now is a good time to prevent me from pressing buttons. And reload.
Ooh, rough.
I tried to drag an item onto my bar and it was like, I'm sorry, did you want to not be able to press buttons anymore?
Tom did that to me the other day. I'm like, Tom, why do you even care about my buttons?
Yeah. Alright, well, I just lost like 20 seconds of uptime there.
Yeah, it happens. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. 1
with a damage meter too.
Fate's Finale. Click to complete quest. I got my last dinar, I think. I'm gonna do a res. It's gonna take like 10 hours. I already have Consumptive Infusion. What do I think of these greaves? Their plate. I haven't collected the appearance. Should I roll for appearances, or is that a dick move? Oh, greed. Hey, I can click greed.
Greed automatically loses to anyone who clicks need, for what it's worth.
I mean, they might actually need it.
It's true. I'm just saying that is the priority. Anyone who clicked greed wins over anyone who clicks need.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I should pass on these because I already have that trinket. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would expect it to do. Red circles, we want exactly one person to stand in them, ideally.
Okay.
0 people is very bad. All people is, I mean, it's just, it does damage per person who's in it, right? But somebody has to be in it or it does really big raid damage.
Okay. I guess this is one of those, the trash is teaching us the boss mechanics situations.
Yeah. So I'll point them out as I see them. There's another mechanic. Oh, are they resetting or what's going on here?
Looks like they're killing trash.
Yeah. There'll be lines. Lines need to go through dots. Oh, that is going to spawn an ad. See that red circle?
Mm-hmm.
So those, you want to kind of like Mickey Mouse Venn diagram them on the boss. And pop a defensive. Okay, so see those red orbs and those lines? The lines have to go through the orbs to make them go away before you can go back to what you were doing.
Okay.
And those can go on anybody, I think, the red lines. And I think we're going to ignore that there are canisters around the sides that fill up, and basically the mechanics get worse and worse the more full the canister for that mechanic gets. But I think we're probably going to kill this fast enough that it won't be a big deal. I'm sort of sad that those lines are still showing and like actually still hurting them even. Shared suffering. That really needs to go away before we pull the boss. Does it have a timer on it? It doesn't even have a timer on it.
It just
okay,
expired.
There we go. That's good. Did I succeed at turning DBM on? Theoretically. Let's find out. Oh, I saw the ready check. Tell me if you see a timer, okay?
Sure. Have not seen a timer yet. Ready checks are not part of DBM, though.
Ready checks are not, but the timers showing up well, I think is a DBM thing. Like pull timers.
They added that to the base game now. I don't know if DBM... So that counter just went up 8 seconds. 7, 6.
Yeah, no, I see nothing in my UI. That's not good. I wonder if I need to reload.
Are there ever ads?
Yes, ads are high priority. But you'll see when the ads are coming. I don't know. I don't think they happen a lot at the beginning. Man, my haste is wacky right now. I can't press buttons. Like, I can't know which buttons are off cooldown fast enough to press them.
It's great, huh? Haste.
I mean, I'm a little wasteful.
The trick is to have a priority queue that you just mash
That
The DDR
bottle
just gets
hit
faster.
literally everybody. Everyone stood in the soak. Wonder if there aren't ads on this difficulty. Okay, here's where the ad's going to spawn. Do you see it? That red circle
Yep.
that person is walking away with? Yep, that's the ad.
Kill it.
Yeah.
I have a beam on me.
Yep. If you can get it through the, it needs to go through all of the balls. There are 3 balls.
Done. Easy.
Nice.
I went to
Sometimes it's hard.
I went to the
if,
extreme far one. I'm like, I'm a ret paladin, but I have a horse, so fuck you.
Yeah. Like sometimes somebody just like will refuse to move with it, and like there's nothing you can do about it.
Can you get everything else to line up with them? Oh, you don't want to go.
Sometimes.
You don't want to go to a ball. You want to go to like between one of the balls. Oh, yeah, I
Like
figured it out.
past them, like to get the lines through balls.
Yeah, because there's 3 balls and 3 lines. I think in principle, if one person refuses to move, you can still live with it. Somebody's taking catastrophic damage. What's going on there?
I have no fucking clue, but it's why I didn't hear anything you just said.
I'm trying to help, but it's spicy.
Yeah, yeah, it was rough. I think they were maybe like standing in the red lines because like the red lines do damage. I think that's my guess. Definitely seemed like they were standing in something they shouldn't have been. Like I blessing of sacrificed one and I blessing of protection another, although it was probably magic damage and not physical. Whew, I don't think I need a thaumaturgic anima bead. That would be a shield. I don't need that. Oh, it's not even for a paladin. Memory of past sins is a strength trinket. Damaging abilities, increase target's damage taken. I could use that as a prop paladin, and I don't have good prop paladin trinkets currently.
Wow, Buck Druid sure did get a lot of beads.
Did they roll for all of them and they got all of them?
Yep.
That's some fucking bullshit.
I mean, what do you want them to do? Not roll on all of them? If they want the item, they should roll on it.
Oh.
Then they can trade their spares. Whether they're
Yeah.
going to is an open question, but there we go, Buck Druid.
All right.
See?
Yeah. I mean, technically, you could buy 3 different transmogs with that.
Can you even, or are there just not that many for a given class?
1 per covenant.
Oh, true. Yep, that would do it. Those are the things that I've been doing entire Covenant class halls to get 1 of for a transmog. Like
Yep.
entire Sanctum quest lines.
You could have rolled.
Not for that one, I couldn't.
Interesting. Oh, because it wasn't a paladin one.
Correct.
Oh, it.
Well, that stun got broken faster than I could break it, so I wasted my stun break. we splitting them up? What's that?
I don't know. People always do this. Ray does this a lot. He like grabs a pack that is a combination of things that move and things that don't move.
And then moves
Right?
the things that move with him and leaves behind
Yep.
the things that don't move.
Yep.
Yeah.
And drives me crazy. Drives me fucking crazy. And he's like, "Why are you telling me how to tank?" And I'm like, "Ah!" He's like, "Why aren't you interrupting?" And I'm like, because like as a warrior, my interrupt is not a ranged interrupt.
So I've been running Retribution Aura this whole time.
That's a good thing.
So that when people die, I feed off their misery. It's a very paladin ability,
I mean, like that's what you're supposed to do as a ret paladin, no?
I guess. Usually people get mad at you for not running Devotion.
Yeah, but we have 4 paladins. We can literally be running every single aura.
Alright, well, can you run Crusader Aura, please, so I can horse faster?
Actually, I can't. And the reason for that is because I didn't take that talent.
Terrible.
Because I have to run Devo as Holy, right? Like, if I'm not running Devo, like, the only time that's useful is certain dungeons where you can mount up, and I would need to, like, switch auras while we're mounted, and then switch back, which I know I'm not going to do. And,
Those GCDs are expensive while you're mounted.
No, it's not that I'm not going to remember to do it at the right time, and then I'm not going to remember to switch it back, and then I'm not going to be running Devo Aura when I click Aura Mastery, and we're all going to die.
Alright, so
Right?
here's the plan.
Like,
You have a weak aura that tells you you are mounted and don't have Crusader Aura up. And you have a separate weak aura that says you are not mounted and don't have Devo up. In both cases, it nags you. And you're done. That was spicy.
yep, but I had all my cooldowns running, and all of the healers knew what to expect. I did 14k heals per second on that one. Oh, pull them into the Ashen Hallow. Into the Ashen Hallow, guys.
Nope, it's not happening.
Fine. I canceled it, even though it just saved all our butts.
Yeah. And then I can save all our butts again in like 2 minutes. Some people have a lot of stacks of. Oh, are you supposed to just let them get low and then it falls off? The debuff says like they get more stacks as long as you stay above 50% health.
Oh, weird.
So it sure seems like you're supposed to let people fall below 50% and then leave them there, so that the debuff doesn't stack too high and then crater them.
Sounds dangerous.
Sounds impossible to coordinate in a pug like this.
Right? I mean, I guess you just don't heal people with stacks. That's, like, not really how my healing works. Sun King's gonna be rough. We don't have enough healers. You might need to go heals for Sun King.
We got 4 healers and rate of 20. Isn't that the right number?
You want an extra healer always for Sun King. You want probably, for a rate of 20, I think we 6 healed it on Mythic.
Wouldn't I have a better time just being prot and just pouring wogs into it?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you could do that.
If they tell me to go heals, I will go prot. If they don't,
they're not going to
then I
tell
won't.
you to go heals. They don't know that you have that capability.
They knew I was prot available when I got here.
Yeah, I would be very impressed if they realized that a prot paladin could be a highly effective healer for this fight.
Well, I mean, they know
Are we going Sun King? Did they say we were going Sun King or no?
I'm just following the crowd. Sun King first question mark, yes. I'll work as a sub healer on this one, says Alyssa of Wolf.
Sub healer. What does that mean?
I don't know. They're gonna
What
be
class are they?
they're a druid.
Oh, okay.
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
I am stunned. Hate being stunned when people need healing. I should go a totally different build for Sun King.
Because single target healing is all that matters, or what?
Yeah, it's 100% single target. But it's also like, how am I going to build Holy Power, right, with my current setup? So, new loadout, Sun King.
Should I just be prot for this fight?
It might make us win faster. I think it's a good idea. Just
Was
like
it,
let them know what you're
is it
doing.
going to make us win with higher probability is the question.
Yes, for sure.
Wait, did you leave the dungeon to switch your talents?
No, I'm not healing right now. Right? So like if people think that I'm going to heal them, they're wrong. Shit. Kind of drives me crazy how I can lose an entire piece of a tree that I've figured out by unclicking the wrong node.
That's why I do this stuff super incrementally and just hit undo.
Oh, there's undo. Oh,
Well,
thank God.
undo reverts back to the talent spec you currently actually have equipped.
That's not what I want.
Well, that's why I'm saying I do this incrementally. I make like one change, and I'm like, all right, lock it in, and then make another change, and then lock it in, and so on. So that undo is
Okay,
like,
I need my brain. I'm sorry. Shit. I'm very, very not ready.
everybody else is ready. There's a risk they're going to go without you.
I'm selecting random talents at this point. Alright, I have no fucking clue what's gonna happen here. We'll see.
You tell them you're ready now, because you timed out the ready check.
Man, I don't even have... Alright, Holy Light is going on a bar. I've got Flash of Light. Still got Light of the Martyr. Yeah, it's kind of random. But that's okay. Okay, they ready checked, but now they're not going. Okay, good. I have timers now. That's nice. I wonder when that happened. I don't think I did anything to get those timers.
Oh, fuck. I have to reload my UI because the moment I try to pull. Fuck's sake. Alright.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift. Another interruption from the castle guard. Dispose of them. Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
All right, now we run to the back of the room, hopefully. If you can slow the birds, if they get anywhere near us, there'll be like phoenixes fixating on a person and following them.
Yeah, I'm just healing things.
Okay. He's gonna put a shield on himself, and if we don't DPS through the shield, it will one-shot us all. All right, now we go back to healing the boss.
From the castle guard. Dispose of them. More of those fools seek to hinder us. Do not allow them to interfere.
Got a spicy burst coming up.
Additional guards are en route. Ensure that their deaths are swift.
Alright, now we kill him again.
But is he not targetable during this phase?
No, he's targetable.
Like healable, I mean.
Oh, not healable.
Why is he still showing up as a focus target that I can aim heals at?
Can't help you.
Some amount of my healing might have been overhealing applied to myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. You almost healed as much as I did. Oh, maybe I should go prot for raid tonight for this fight.
Come with me, and I will help you find atonement.
I am tired of being used. Will your help allow me to claim vengeance?
You have so much to learn.
Take this soul away and aid him, accuser.
I was definitely still trying to hovercast Word of Glories onto my focus target of Kael'thas during the phase where he was attackable.
Oh,
So there were just entire windows of the fight where I was just pouring holy power into apparently nothing.
where you could have been instead doing damage. Yeah. I mean, you still did like healer damage, like very, very, very good for healer damage, and also did like decent healer healing. So, yeah, I think your prot to heal that was like not actually a bad idea.
If I didn't lose the first 20 seconds of the fight to needing to reload, and I understood how the fight actually worked, it would have been better.
True. I mean, I was in a semi-random build.
You were like, let me optimize for this, and then you spent 5 minutes randomizing your talents.
Yep. I mean, I think I actually made some good decisions. I think it was actually kind of working. And like, if I had known what I was doing, I could have done it better. But let me go back to real life now, and not weirdo paladin caster life. Oh no, I got lost. Where'd everybody go? Did you guys go? Did you continue down the spiral staircase?
I have no idea. I just followed the group.
I think I see spells casting in the distance, so I think I'm on the right track. I'm gonna look at the talents I picked later and compare them to the like recommended ones and see how close I got.
I don't know. I think almost all published understanding of which talents are good right now are incorrect.
I mean, they're still like thought about by a person who knows more than I do, and who has spent more time thinking about it than I have.
I have not seen mentioned in any prop paladin guide that like Tyr's Vengeance or whatever is doing like an order of magnitude more damage than it should be per talent point relative to other talents that also only increase your damage done.
Paladins are very useful in this fight. There are going to be seeds that are going to drop, And those seeds are going to have a giant blue circle around them, which will eventually erupt and kill anybody in it. And so paladins have the ability to grab those seeds and run them across and potentially bubble if the blue is going to expire before you can get back out of it. Useful things to know in this fight. There are going to be portals that are going to go on people, and we need to place those semi-correctly. I don't. At different levels, there are different strategies that are preferred in different situations for where to place the portals. So I really hope that somebody like says words about where they want the portals.
Oh shit. How did my Retribution talents not get saved? Because I know I had Exorcism in the previous build. Give me my Exorcism back. Pew. I'm a little annoyed that I thought that some of my talents that I know I picked the other day, because I was running around doing... Oh, it was on the other paladin. That would do it.
Wow, the shaman is doing very, very low healing.
The shaman is also the raid leader, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about that. If you even bring attention to it, you might get kicked.
Oh, I'm definitely not gonna, but they did less healing than the druid, who's a balanced druid.
They also did less healing than the paladin, who was a prop paladin. So, like...
But you were intentionally healing.
Anyway, I'm just saying, I hear you, but also this way lies madness. This is a mental swamp.
Oh,
I
I
recommend
mean,
you turn back.
I didn't even realize, like, yeah. Okay, there's no way we would have defeated the Sun King if you hadn't done the healing that you did. There's no way. It wouldn't have happened.
Well, lucky for everyone in this raid, I'm in it. It's weird how lucky the raids I join are. Every raid I'm in has me in it.
Oh man, if that were anybody else in the world saying that, I would not like them for it. But I know you well enough.
We've talked about this before in terms of like bad tanks, right? Imagine being a bad tank. Every group you're ever in would have a bad tank.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
I have exactly the opposite experience of that.
Man, Vibe was such a terrible raid tank. And yet, like, he managed to prog farther with his other guilds, so he got to be, like, condescending and an asshole about it. Even when it literally was him wiping us half the time. Ugh, do not miss that.
I prefer never to have to hear about him again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wonderful. I have been hoping to test these relics on live targets.
I think I'm gonna save my Ashen Hallow. At least until this other one expires.
Stay away from lemons.
We just AoE this shit down, right?
Yep.
The chaotic essence.
Yeah, and the more we kill, the bigger buff we get.
Do we kill ads? Do we kill friends or leave them alone?
Kill friends. It'll free them.
Well,
Out of context. That's not a good sentence.
I'm gonna have to quote you on that.
Alright, that's the seeds that need to go. Somebody got it. Uh-oh. That's not good.
I'm bubbling.
Yeah, me too.
Rip everyone.
Oh, why can't I battle res the tank? Is he out of range? Far. That's not good. I'm taunting. I'll probably die.
I got the res off.
Thanks.
Paladins have res now. It's so exciting. I get to participate in the battle res dance. Instead of just being like, so what's the cooldown on battle res? Somebody want to do that?
Such a relief, right?
Yep, I can just press the button myself.
Am I still tanking, or has he been taken back? I hope he's been taken back. Save your horse for the last second. And don't be in that white swirly. It's bad. Very bad.
I don't even know if Exorcism is a good button, but I like having it on my bars again. Exorcism is one of like the definitionally paladin abilities from Warcraft 2.
Hmm.
I took a lot of fail damage there.
Were you in the white swirly?
I was getting hit by multiple beams while I was trying to avoid the suck.
But you lay on hands yourself and you were fine.
Some combination of healing and mitigation, yeah. Alright, what else did I not change back from that previous spec? What am I missing?
Come, mortals. It is time to rid Revendreth of a haughty band of nobles that stand between us and Nathria.
Got horse, that's good. Got all the horse talents.
There's a stone guy who rings a dinner bell cast that is very good to interrupt, because otherwise a bunch of guys get giant and attack us and probably wipe us.
Nothing of it, darling. As long as the wine flows, you'll have my attention. Oh, don't be such a bore. If you behave, perhaps I will let you skewer a few of the wait staff.
That dinner bell?
Did you interrupt it?
Yes.
Yay, thank you. You saved us. Yeah, these tanks think that blue and red circles are bad, even when they're not. There, I got rid of your bleed.
I just chugged a carrion potion.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I thought it was my bop.
I mean,
We'll never know. We'll
The bo-
never know who got it first.
the logs could tell us.
Oh, are you logging this by any chance?
Possibly. It depends on whether my auto combat logger add-on works. I don't have a live log running, but I do have maybe the text file happens and I can post the log after the fact.
If you would be willing to start logging and to upload this, that would be crazy useful for me later. I watched a video on how to get logs to work this morning, but I think it was like way out of date. So probably I just need to log onto my computer that I don't log onto anymore, and get the password for Warcraft logs, because I think I created a password for it that I can't remember and only wrote down on that laptop.
The logs are uploading now. There's also a video recording of all this, so if that's useful
Oh,
to you.
sweet. Yeah, totally.
The logs also include all of Grimmerl Depot from earlier, but that's just going to have to be okay.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So, like, I know that I need GTFO, but also I don't have it on right now, and I'm kind of not missing it. Like, I'm getting away with it because, like, you healed me a bunch of times in the Grimrail train cars.
Mm-hmm.
And between you healing me and me healing me, I could basically stand in anything. But it's so nice not having, like, horrible blonking noises in my ears. I wonder if GTFO has, like, configurable sounds.
Probably.
It might. I've just never looked for them before. Alright, so the kill order. When one dies, the other two heal to full?
They're doing Frida, Niklaus, whoever it seems like.
Yeah, I was gonna summarize the fight, or like, top 3 pieces of it. But if you've already done this one and you don't need that, then I'll shut
I've
up.
done it relatively recently, so it's basically don't bother AoEing because only the main target matters, and then do the dance, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and find your partner or die.
Yep. Or die.
One of them, I think it might be Niklaus. Oh, Frida first. That's interesting. They don't trust us to interrupt. Either Niklaus or the other one does like a charge attack where he jumps back behind the tank and then charges to the tank. So you don't want to be behind the tank for that.
Oh man, I had a gold parse for healing on Sun King.
Yeah. I mean, prop paladins.
No, as a prop paladin. Because parses are broken down by spec.
Right. And what I'm saying is, like, of course, like, it makes a lot of sense to me that it's gold because most prop paladins are thinking about tanking and not thinking about healing, and you were thinking about healing.
That's fair.
But, like, yeah, that's still pretty awesome.
Okay, why did my monitors turn off? Alright, rebooting my monitor. Terrible. BRB. Let me know if they're pulling.
If they're going to pull, I will say something.
Alright, I'm back. The interesting thing is, where did all that healing go to? Healing.
Is it possible for me to spy on people's item levels without pawn?
Details knows it if it knows them. Or rather, if they also have details, that'll tell you, I think. OI level will do it.
How do I find it in details?
If you hover the check mark.
Cool.
That'll also tell you like who's got their flask and their feast, although right now I am fed and flasked, so I think it's lying about that. Oh, maybe it's looking for like dragonflight food.
Entirely possible.
Alright. Lentilla's healing done to Kel'Thas Sunstrider. Okay, at least it was almost entirely dumped onto the boss and only a small amount onto myself, which all overhealed. Fair enough. No one stand between blue and green. Sure. I'm not putting up impressive parse numbers for other boss kills.
I mean, you like don't normally play this spec, and
It's
you
true.
haven't.
I'm trying to fix this back as we go.
And like you haven't done this tier of raid very many times.
And
like you're learning the bosses for the.
Alright, I got 65th percentile on Huntsman Altimore despite having to reload UI halfway through the fight.
Man, I wish I could do that.
Alright, I'm putting like above 50th percentile parses, but I still feel good about it.
Well, there are more levers. You'll find the one you want.
5, 4, 3.
Oh, 5th percentile damage on Sun King as a prop paladin. That's fair. Can't be expected to do damage and healing at the same time. Alright, I have to resist the urge to cleave.
I mean, you can cleave. It just
doesn't help.
won't do anything. Yeah.
It's purely padding. Which means I bet everybody's doing it. Oh no, it's the dance.
Friendly warlocks create gates for people to get towards the back.
It is currently more useful for me to hear the dance instructions than it is to hear about warlock gates. Thank you.
Aw, this poor shaman. They do not know what's up.
Okay, I can cleave the attendant when he's up, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Kill. Kill attendant.
Kill waiters, yeah. It's basically
Yep,
only the
for
bosses
sure.
we don't care to cleave, right?
Yeah. And the dancers are real bad. I got hit by one. I always get hit by these stupid dancers.
Oh, those dancers.
Yeah, you can't touch them.
Formation for the dance macabre.
I was all the way at the back. I'm in the back row by myself.
I still need to hear the instructions, please.
Boogie down. Shimmy right.
Thank you.
Stop this nonsense. You have disgraced this gathering long enough.
Sad that exorcism doesn't generate holy power, though. Maybe I'm not excited to have it on my bar anymore. Oh, my friend is dragging me through the shit. I hate you. You're running straight away from me with the other half of the beam.
That's rough. Oh boy, there are dancers everywhere. I am gonna pony away. Oh my god, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
They're also not moving.
I should have bubbled. I
What were we
died.
supposed to do there? Because, like, fucking everybody died. Look at the entire raid. The whole raid blew up.
Yeah, I almost
What was the
managed to bubble.
what was the mechanic there?
I've never seen that happen before ever in my life. I have no clue.
Take your positions. It is time. The dance macabre. Boogie down.
In 4 minutes, I can res you.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't really need me. Well, if you could.
Your steps were simply delicious.
We had 3 DPS left, and one of them didn't know how to do the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
My my friend is running away from me again. Just don't run away from me with the beam. Jesus.
It's unfortunate that the people with the immunities to survive that mistake don't know the fight. Oh, do you have another immunity? They're literally everywhere. There's nowhere you can go. Like, maybe just get off the dance floor entirely.
What is that mechanic?
Give me a second. I'm trying to find out. Violent uproar. And I'm now Googling it.
Charging. Move.
I think they're doing these in a weird order, so I wonder if that's what happens.
Not the order. There's no way it's the order.
Then their noblemen and women emit violent outbursts of celebratory anima when in the throes of revelry. Each burst inflicts 200,000 shadow damage to players within 11 yards. Comments?
So at
No
least
comments.
so at least one of them needs to be killed.
Oh, is that what it is?
Well, to make room,
Okay.
right? Dancing fools.
Yeah, so somebody's saying fucky order. I think that ability doesn't happen if you kill that boss earlier.
Maybe, but like it's still a mechanic that has to be dealt with. I mean, like, regardless of whether or not we do the order, it is a mechanic that can be dealt with. It's not just like, I'm sorry, if you pick the wrong order, you instantly lose.
That mechanic doesn't happen unless that boss is the last one standing.
I agree. And I'm
So
saying, despite it being a weird order, it is a solvable mechanic. I am entertained that I had no idea what was going on with that wave of red, and I was like, this looks like I should probably bubble it. And then it was one of the like 4 people who survived.
I died with my fingers on the bubble button. And it wasn't even on cooldown. Like, I really would have survived if I just been a little bit quicker about that. But I was so surprised, right? Because like I feel like I know this fight, and it was like that moment of surprise instead of a moment of oh shit that did me in. I don't know how to get to you guys. Maybe this way. I really would have liked it if somebody could have just like rezzed me, but they weren't doing that, so I released. And now they can wait.
Well, you were already complaining about being lost by the time I got back to the room and could have rezzed you, so I don't know what you wanted other people to do.
There were like 4 no, there were 2 other paladins standing on my body not rezzing me.
Well, if you'd waited until I was one of them, you could have simply asked.
It's true. Oh, I just led the druid astray. They're trying all the mirrors, which is what I'm doing, but they just tried the mirror that I just walked out of because it was the wrong mirror, I'm pretty sure. Found you!
You only make dinar progress killing bosses you have not already killed this week, right?
True.
Okay.
All of the raids are up, so if you want more dinars, we can go do more raids. The warrior's name is Taliban. I don't know how I feel about that. Actually, I do know how I feel about that. Very anxious and uncertain. I would recommend that if Prozac dies, that we don't res him because he dies often. All right, we're now doing SFN. What were we doing before? Was Niklaus the last one up, or was it Stravos?
I have no idea. Now we're doing SFN.
I think I've always done Frida last.
Oh, my Belfadin had a completely different setup because she had to go out of her way to pick up Divine Toll.
Ah, that makes sense.
Wait, can I not? Oh, the WoW Armory lets you inspect people's talents, but it does not let you copy the import string for that set of talents.
Oh,
And it's not even in like the tree format with stuff glowed. It's just a list of talents they have selected.
oh, gross. Yeah, that's a bit of an oversight. I'm sure that'll get filled in at some point.
I've already forgotten who we're doing first. Stravos? Yes.
Special coming.
Take your position. It is time for the dance. Macabre. Shimmy right. Sashay left.
You can also imitate.
I really, really just need to hear it.
Forward. Shimmy right.
Like it's 4 vocal cues that I just need to hear, and nothing else is useful to me in that phase. While the attendant is up channeling the shield, we probably can't cleave at that point because the other guys are immune.
That sounds true.
Okay, so I should never be cleaving then. I should only ever be single targeting. Alright. What are we doing next?
I think they wanted Frida last.
Alright.
Well, actually, I don't remember. Just let me know when you find out.
We're just like evenly cleaving them down at this point. Alright, well, I'm doing Frida. How hard would it have been for them to have put a mark on the next one to kill? Alright, well, Frida's in the head. Frida is ahead at this point, so that's what we're killing.
Kill out. Special coming.
Vile intruders! Take your places for the dance macabre! Boogie down! Prance forward! Prance forward! Boogie down! Enough! Your gyration sickens me!
There's an emitter up.
There's also a dutiful attendant up. Kill the stun guard?
I don't know. Probably.
There's an attendant. And an emitter. And so many waiters. Are those just supposed to get sort of incidentally cleaved down?
I don't think they're as important.
Like, not focused, just like happen to splash some AoE onto them.
That probably works. But I'm not sure. I don't know the answer.
Boogie down! Boogie down! Sachet left! Stop this nonsense! You have disgraced this gathering long enough!
Okay, I can totally cleave the waiters, that's fine.
Kill out. Kill out.
Was that?
Watch them scatter. It sickens me how far some of my people have fallen.
Alright, so I'm going to have to get an export string from my other Ret Paladin after this run and compare. I know there's some stuff deep in the trees that's different because Divine Toll versus whatever else it is I'm taking. I do want Ashes to Dust. How did I make room for that? Close enough.
Are the export strings semi-human readable?
No, not at all.
But like, are they like binary for the talents that are selected and not selected, or are they more complicated than that?
Um, they're like strings of letters.
I wonder what determines which letters.
Unreadable hex gibberish is how you should interpret it. Like, there is a formula, like there is an algorithm, but I don't think it's intended to
Not
be
designed for
human
human eyes.
Yeah.
I guess maybe you would make it sort of more complicated than ones and zeros for which talents were activated if you wanted it to be like you couldn't interpret the same string for two different specs.
I'm just defensively reloading my UI every time I change talents now so that I don't run the risk of Mega Macros being like, no. This is at least a known issue with them. There's a bug report. I have filed it. There has been a response to it.
Oh, okay. So they've seen it before and they're just in the middle of a bunch of things.
Well, other people have also reported that this thing exists, so it's in their list of issues.
Do you know this fight?
As DPS, you pretty much just murder things, right?
You'll need to not get in the way of his charge when he charges to a column. And save some big cooldowns for when he charges to the column. If you get chains on you, stay near the other person with chains that has like an arrow for you to follow.
Sorry, so save DPS cooldowns for the charge. Or are you talking offensive or defensive cooldowns for the charge?
Offensive cooldowns for immediately after the charge.
Okay. Do we have two things up at once?
There's an emitter? Yes. Probably. Oh, I meant a moat. Someone is dying and they're not in line of sight.
How long is this vulnerable phase?
10 or 20 seconds, somewhere in there.
I'm standing directly on top of my chain and we're still chained.
Yeah. It just stays for a while and you just have to stay near them. If you separate too far, then one of you dies. So it's kind of nice to know what class the person you're chained to is.
I really want to go work on that emitter, but my chained buddy is like not coming along for the ride.
I can click it.
No, we're good. We're good. My monk friend is just rolling out while chained to me.
Yeah, that was why I was saying it helps to know what class your chain buddy is. Like, if you're both warriors, great. You know exactly when you're going to leap in and out. Can you tell that I was a warrior who got chained to a warrior and was very happy about it?
Mm-hmm.
Stay away from lions.
Yeah, I've got my first Sludge Fist head.
We must continue our pursuit, mortals. Fortunately, this mirror does not seem beyond anymore. Nathrius' most loyal guardians still stand between us.
I'm very pleased with how these Venthyr wings look with my Blood Knight armor.
Nice. They've got a very Queen of Blades look to them.
Yeah. Just makes me happy. Like, it's unusual, I feel like, that I find things from different sets that like kind of work together. And I don't like just wearing the same set that everybody else is wearing. Like, I want to be able to mix and match a little bit more. I'm like very frustrated actually with the level to which you can't mix and match because of decisions that they've made about like how many different colors they use. Like, I wish they just used slightly fewer colors so that like things would be more viable to put together. Do you know this fight?
Not really, no.
It's got a lot of mechanics. Let me think about which ones can actually kill you. So if you get the bleed on you, that's from like the Wicked Rush. It'll go on 2 people. It used to be the case that they had to get out of the group, but I think it doesn't splash anymore. But if she Wicked Rushes to you and you get the bleed, you want to stand in a brown circle that's a crystallized circle, and it'll stun you, but it'll cleanse the bleed. And immediately after it, there's another one that everybody should stand in to keep their friends from dying. It's a meteor immediately after the cleanse. There are also going to be different round circles that get targeted on people. They need to drop those in a particular location, and then later in the fight, those same brown circles will like glow again. And at least, but ideally exactly, one person must stand in each one, or it does raid damage that can kill us all. You can only do that once, and then you have to wait for a debuff to fall off before you can do it again. I think you can do it again eventually, but like you can't do 2 in a row, maybe. But some of these mechanics might be like mythic or heroic mechanics. There's a knockback. Don't stand too close to the edge ever. And there's a phase where we're supposed to like pick up red dots and take them to Renethal, but I've never done it before. So as long as somebody does it, I think it's okay. I don't think that anyone in particular needs to know that one. And kill ads with a vengeance. Other than that, I can't think of anything world ending. Cursor Trail appears to be working. Although I am still getting like messages every so often that I'm having a lot of errors. I should get that like bug
sack.
bag or something.
Bug sack.
Bug sack.
That'll let you know where those errors are coming from later when it's not context, when it's not like combat context sensitive.
Yeah. Somebody's looking for like a mailbox, I think, possibly.
Yep, already got it.
I have many lucky doos you like.
Ooh, I got a splintered heart of Alar from earlier. It's the autosave from death trinket.
Ooh.
Which seems like it's gotta be good in any context where you might actually die.
I rolled on that too, but it's probably better for you. I think it's a strength trinket, right?
Yeah. It's 278, so like it's a little rough. I guess I could upgrade it via stuff if I were doing harder raids.
Heroic. Yeah.
But I'm not. Would it be useful to you for reasons?
I mean, only if I'm tanking, which usually I'm not. Like, I'm considering myself a holy paladin for now.
Alright, well, if you might upgrade it beyond 278, like, I would hear you out.
Let me try and remember which trinkets I'm using as prop right now.
May your feet find good trails. Many deals for a friend of the Grummels like you.
Trying to think if there's anything else that I would upgrade. I've already upgraded. Oh, I haven't upgraded my carved ivory keepsake. That's probably the first thing that I would upgrade. How many of those do I have? I have 26. I can only upgrade one thing, and it's probably going to be my carved ivory keepsake because my carved ivory keepsake is doing like actually a large amount of healing for me. Yeah, no, I'm probably not going to upgrade it.
Okay.
Many farewells. I have many lucky do's you like. Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
Meteor go to blue. Dots go to star and triangle. Unstable ground go to circle. Sure. Doable.
I find that the meteor and the unstable ground are visually not very different to me. I have a hard time noticing which one is which. But you probably won't have that problem.
I'm just reading what has been said in raid chat.
Yeah. But like the dots I think are like an arrow above your head pointing at you, and the other two are like brown circles around you. And the unstable ground, it'll look like, you know, bubbling, quaking earth when it is about to need to be soaked.
Does it matter who we kill, or are we just cleaving?
It'll be one while one is in the air, then the other while the other's in the air, and then they'll both come down together at the end. Oh, rip wild spirits.
Right. I spent the first like 3 seconds of my cooldown window chasing after the boss because we're moving it that far.
That's the red arrow for the bleed. That is the meteor circle. I didn't want to get stunned by that.
Somebody should click the chaotic destruction, right?
Yep, definitely. Chaotic motes again.
Well, I ran out. I don't think the other person did.
Yeah, I think that used to matter, and I think they nerfed it. Don't be where people just were. That's where these spawn.
We seem to be fighting them both at once now.
That sounds right.
Sickens me to see our loyalty twisted by the one we once served. The Stoneborn were not the only ones manipulated and deceived, my friend. I dare say even the Arbiter herself has been made a pawn. The time has come to dethrone our former master. What we do next, we do for the sake of all the Shadowlands. More loyalists. We must drive them back, my prince. You are the key to victory, mortals. Go, strike down the one who has betrayed us all.
Look, Remonia. These daring mortals have persevered through every obstacle put before them. It seems we have little
choice left but to surrender.
I have a better idea, Master. Let me carve them up instead.
Now there's a thought. We could flay these petulant, small-minded creatures and use their bones to pave the path for our ascension. Oh, what to do, what to do.
Please, Master! It's been so long since I cut into living flesh!
Let me skewer them, slice them, slash them, vivisect them, cut ribbons from their...
Pace yourself, Rioria. Rushing one's work is so unflattering. I shall assist our guests with their atonement. Once they have repented, I will permit you to rend their bodies and send their souls screaming into the maw.
What they're suggesting here is wrong and is going to cause us to wipe.
Splitting by groups is wrong.
What you want is for people to get as many stacks cleansed as they can. You start at 5, and you want as few people to have the same number of stacks as possible when he lifts us up into the air and knocks us back. Because for every person who has the same number of stacks as you, you take damage. And so the way they're saying here, everybody's always going to have the same number of stacks. It's going to be a real pain in the ass. The other thing that is likely to go wrong, I don't know with this group. We have some big damage people in this group. He's going to get killed. He's going to get phased down to 70% and go out of the first phase before people can cleanse enough stacks. So I would strongly recommend just cleansing every time that you can.
How do you cleanse?
You need to be in front of him when he does, I think it's like cleansing pain or something, but it'll be pointed at the tank. And it's hard to tell whether you're in front of him or not because they always tank him right up against the wall because they're like, oh, it stops the knockback. And I'm like, yes, but like be 10 feet away from the wall so that we can see whether he's pointing the cone at us because cleansing is the most important thing here and being knocked back only costs you like half a second. I don't know, I have feelings about this fight.
Sounds like it.
People constantly say to do the wrong thing and then they're like, well, we wiped again and again and again and again. And I'm like, if you did what I said, we wouldn't have wiped any of those times. And they're like, but this is the best way. And I'm like, it's not working. I don't know. I get frustrated with this fight in particular.
Did you respond to the ready check?
Was there a ready check?
There was. They believe you have disconnected because you didn't respond to the ready check.
I saw it that time. Oh, okay, they weren't talking about me. I have a lot of work to do for my tea party tomorrow.
I thought you had already done it this week.
No. I haven't even unlocked my guests. They're all undiscovered. We'll see if I even can discover them all in time. I may end up just like changing one to a less ideal guest, just so that it'll be easier to discover. Because some of them, like, there's one that to discover them, I had to do like 3 chapters of Fenthir campaign.
Venture campaign. Yeah, it was like, yes, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Guess we're fighting.
Cleansing Pain, this is the one.
So do I just want to live in front of the boss or what?
Yeah. And add damage is good. Boss damage is probably bad because it'll cause him to phase too soon. And then we'll all die. Oh my god, I can't find the boss. Oh. God, I hate this stage so much. Just like constantly turning my camera trying to point at people for Light of Dawn, and then I'm up against like stupid walls and can't see anything at all.
Okay, can we... I don't want to just be like clear vent on you, but if there's things that are going to help me survive mechanics, I really want to hear about them.
Okay, I hear you.
So things like I have yet to cleanse a single stack of sin because the only thing I can hear is you complaining about stuff that I can't fix. And I don't.
Cleansing Pain?
So I have to get in front of him
On
for
green?
that, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, on green.
I cleared one stack. And just wild AoE is good, yeah?
Yep. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna die probably. I don't even know how many stacks I have.
What are we doing here?
Walking to the center.
Okay.
Phase 2.
Yeah. That's usually what happens. We phased him too early.
Fall of the Unworthy hit me for piles of damage.
So when I said run to the center, I said it too late. You have to get to the center before he picks you up into the air and sends you downstairs.
Okay. That would have been useful to know then. Yeah.
The fewer stacks you have, the more likely it is that you get to the center.
Yeah, let's assume that I'm not intimately familiar with any details of this fight. How important is it that we have different numbers of stacks at the phase? Because it seems incredibly important that nobody be holding 3 or more stacks.
Yes. I mean, it can wipe us if everybody always cleanses at exactly the same time. It really can wipe us.
It was like last fight, something like 17 people died to the fall. Which means like getting cleanses off at all is way more
I'm
important
typing
than
1 second. Okay, what were you saying?
almost the entire raid died to fall damage. So it seems like it's much more important that we get more cleanses out than that we finesse the amount of cleanses we're
Which is
distributing.
why I am telling them don't kill the boss past 70 until everyone has 3 or fewer stacks.
They've agreed with your plan, except I believe they've misinterpreted it because
Yeah.
they did exactly the opposite of what you suggested.
2 or fewer then. So the tanks are marked with moon and green. That is supposed to help with figuring out where the cleansing pane is pointing.
Sure.
But sometimes it is ambiguous.
If you know which tank has the boss, then sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your vanity will cost you everything. Pain cleanses the soul.
I have only 2 stacks now. I'm so excited by that.
So much easier the second time. And when I've realized that you haven't done this fight before and I'm not just whining about my past experiences of it.
Your humans amassed a debt you cannot pay.
Is there a good reason to go down to 1 stack?
There's an emitter up. Yeah, it'll just make it a little easier to run. Holy Manor's still in trouble, as is Taliban. Boss is at... Can't tell what his percentage
73.
is.
So we have one
That's
more
pretty
cleanse
good.
for them to get their stuff together. It's do or die for them on this one.
Holy Manor's gonna die. And, oh, 2 of the healers are gonna die.
Well, then we'll get one of them back up.
To me on your knees.
So we're just jogging towards the center, huh?
Yep. Oops, I...
I got booped back from the center.
Really?
Yeah. I ran to the center and it booped me back.
Okay, but you're fine, so it's okay.
What am I killing?
Interrupt emitter and kill ads Crimson Kabbalists with a vengeance. I tried to res Holy Manor, and I don't think it worked.
I have also
Somebody
tried
got
to
them.
res Holy Manor. Sorry, you said who's killing what?
Kabbalists. Oh boy. And we jump through the mirror now. When he grabs us in, we jump through the mirror. Stay here for a moment.
I've gone through. Are we DPSing the sword or the man?
I think either one is fine. I usually go for the man. And then we're going to go back through the mirror probably at some point, usually, but who knows. Oh my god, okay.
Tank just went through the mirror. I'm following.
Yeah, same. Oh boy.
Is cleave damage on the sword valuable at all?
I don't know, I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going through. Question mark?
Yep. Emitter's up.
I missed when there was a Death Knight who was yanking stuff in.
Yeah, that was nice.
I can't get the second interrupt.
Yeah, I had a mechanic on me that I couldn't get out of the group because everybody's everywhere. Oh my god. This is
Alright,
chaos.
so it's dodging beams. Again, with the... Knowing that something is chaos does not help me. Things like dodge the beams or we're going through is super helpful.
Going through the mirror. Whoa, boom. Soak that, so I guess it's gonna be me. Okay. So, like, he's still doing cleansing pain, and you now don't want to be in the frontal. Theoretically, tanks are pointing it at the ads.
Cool. Do we want to res or no?
I don't think so. Usually people who die during these phases screwed something up.
Is there something we're saving the res for then?
A tank or a healer later in the fight when we really need them.
Stage 3. Do I want to be in or out of the circle? I think in, yeah?
Emitter's going off.
I'm working on it. Well, I'm the only one over here attacking it. So... Still kill ads?
Yep, watch out for knockbacks. There are lots of knockbacks here.
Yeah, what do they trigger from?
Sire Nathrius will do... I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. Not Shattering Pain. Oh yeah, okay, Shattering Pain.
Fuck. Thanks.
I'll get you, I'll get you. Just give me a second.
There's like 30 seconds between asking what I should be avoiding and getting punted off the edge.
Oh, we don't have one. Well, yeah, okay. I've explained to you that I have a really hard time remembering names, and I'm working very hard right now.
Okay, I'm disconnected from the fight for the next 3 minutes, so do what you need to do.
3, 2, 1. Special coming. Let me back. Hope so. Let me back. Watch your step.
I don't know if you can still hear me, but there's loot if you come back.
This is not the end, Master. Let me preserve you.
Greatest one in his essence.
So I shall restore you, Master. We will have vengeance.
No. Nathrius will answer for his betrayal.
Treacherous prince! I will skewer you, slice you, slash you, vivisect you, cut ribbons from you!
We've all heard quite enough from you.
If that sword truly holds the Sire's essence, I fear your spells alone cannot keep his power contained.
True. But I know something that can. We will bring the blade to Sinfall. The Naru that the mortals rescued, Zarali, has pledged to aid our cause. For too long, Nathrius has used the light as a weapon against our people in the Ember Ward.
Oh, hey, we won.
We did! Even though I didn't explain the rules right.
For one so prideful, we will watch helplessly as we restore Revendreth and thwart the jailer's schemes.
It's mostly just that I did not know the difference between the pile of mechanics and the mechanics which would instantly one-shot me. And that's the information I really needed to know.
I was trying to tell you about the knockback.
I know. I just it was like it was like watch out for knockbacks, and I was like, oh shit, knockbacks. Those sound like they could kill me. What do I need to be avoiding specifically? And then there was 30 seconds of umming and ahhing and trying to look up ability names or something, and then I got punted off the edge and died.
There was 30 seconds of half the raid being at 15% health, and me trying to push cooldowns. Cooldowns, when I have to push cooldowns, right? If I have to use a modifier key, then I can't push to talk.
Sure.
And on top of that, I had no fucking clue what the name of the knockback was.
Sure.
I just know it when I see it. But also, the tanks were positioning him badly. Usually, the tanks position him near the edges so that everybody is on the side of the. So the knockback comes from the boss. That would have been a useful thing for me to tell you, right?
Sure.
And the knockback comes from the boss. It pushes you away from the boss. So what you do usually as a tank is you position him out near the edges so that almost everybody is on the platform with a lot of platform behind them. But those tanks were tanking the boss right in the middle.
Can I suggest that of the last 30 seconds of stuff you just said, the part that says the knockback is centered on the boss and pushes you away from the boss would have been sufficient. That was the only thing I needed to know to survive.
But you asked for the name of it, and I didn't have
No, I
didn't have enough processing power.
I asked what should I be
remember a
avoiding.
thing that I didn't remember.
I asked what do I need to be avoiding.
I just what you're asking me to do is something that would have been literally impossible for me to do. There was no cognitively. I wasn't even close to being able to give you the information that you wanted under those circumstances.
Okay, then even then, just like I don't know, you're on your own. Good luck.
I said that 3 times.
Skeptical face, but sure.
But also with these like rolls, I'm pretty like I have no idea. Like I don't think I've ever won a roll that I've rolled for. Like, how do I get the loot if I win the roll? Do I have to like? How do I get the loot if I won the roll? Does it go in my backpack?
It goes directly into your backpack if you win, or if you're not there, it gets sent to you via the mail.
But there's no way that you'll get something sent to the mail with the new system, right? Because
No,
Somebody else will claim it, right?
No, it's exactly. You asked a question, I gave you an answer, and then you pivoted to there's no way that that thing you just said will happen.
One must roll in order to receive a thing in the mail.
Yes.
But if one is not there when it is time to roll, right? Like if you're not there when the boss goes down, then you have no chance at it, right?
If you don't get a roll window because you weren't there, then correct. You cannot perceive the loot. That hasn't changed from like the old system. Like if you weren't there to generate the personal loot event, you're not there to get the hook for it's time to roll on this item.
If you were lying dead on the floor and going to the bathroom when the boss died previously,
That's fine.
loot would end up in your mailbox.
Uh,
It is now impossible for that to happen.
If you are there for the if you get back to your computer in time to interact with the roll window, which has like a
Right.
5-minute timeout, you're good to go.
Okay. But it used to be the case that you could literally just leave at that point and you would still have a shot at getting a piece of loot, and now that is not the case. So that is a material change about the new system. If you
AFK while the boss fight is going on and then don't come back for at least 5 minutes after the boss is dead, then yes, you don't get loot. Sorry.
So like if your internet disconnects, right? Like if your internet dies in the middle of a boss fight or like in the last second of a boss fight, you have no chance of getting loot.
You get somebody who did win it to trade it with you.
Right. Yeah, that would be the only way.
I do suspect that optimizing the loot profile for people who are not there when the boss dies and are not there for 5 minutes afterwards wasn't a high priority.
I mean, having your internet disconnect for 5 minutes is not an uncommon problem for people to have.
Sure, they mostly don't kill raid bosses when it happens, though.
Yeah, usually somebody dying means you don't kill it. Well, if you're pushing hard content, sure, but I mean, otherwise, like, it's not uncommon to finish with a bunch of dead people.
Sure, but if you're finishing with a bunch of dead people, you're probably doing content where the loot doesn't matter. So, like, this content right here, none of the loot mattered. To either of us,
They're
right?
important transmogs.
Yeah, sure. But transmog you'll be able to get 2 expansions from now when you can one-shot all the bosses by yourself. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording and send you another link to the logs.
Okay.